Well, today in Gaza, a second round of polio vaccinations is beginning. UNRWA, the UN relief agency for Palestinians and partners, are aiming to reach 590,000 children aged under 10 over the next 2 weeks. Let's talk now to UNRWA spokesperson Louise Wateridge. Louise, thank you very much for joining us on BBC News. And a school building which was hit in a strike in Gaza yesterday was supposed to be one of the buildings that was being used for this latest round of the vaccination campaign. It does highlight the dangers and the difficulties of this second rollout. Tell us about how it's been going so far today.
Yeah, I mean, to start with last night, it's been another night of absolute horror for people in the Gaza Strip. As you mentioned, an UNRWA school was hit in a strike yesterday evening. This was one of the facilities that we would have been using today to vaccinate children, thousands of children under the age of 10, the first day of the second round of the polio vaccination campaign. And we were not able to vaccinate children in this facility because it was so badly damaged. In addition to that, I was on the phone with my colleague from 3 o'clock in the morning. He was sheltering at the Al-Aqsa hospital compound, hearing about this inferno. It's absolutely absorbed his tent. Everything that he owns has been burnt. He's miraculously survived. He's very lucky to have his life, but he has absolutely nothing left. And this morning, he went with hundreds of other colleagues to support this polio vaccination campaign. It's very, very difficult for me to sit here and describe the courage and the strength that people have to live through the night and live through this fear on a daily and nightly basis, watching families, watching their neighbors, watching people around them be killed, and then continue to provide humanitarian support the following day, go to work the following day, and continue the following day.
In the first round of this vaccination programme, our viewers might remember that we heard about humanitarian pauses that had been agreed to allow the vaccinations, the immunisations to take place. What sort of understanding do you have with the Israel Defence Forces this time round?
As far as we're aware, the humanitarian pauses will continue for this round of the campaign. This is critical because we cannot issue vaccinations for children who are fleeing for their lives, who are forcibly displaced. We cannot issue vaccination while there are bombs coming from the sky. But to be clear, these pauses are in the daytime. They're a very specific time frame for us to reach these thousands of children. The strikes and the military operations do continue around that. And it's an incredibly dangerous and terrifying experience to run any kind of humanitarian response in these conditions. We really urgently need a ceasetime, full-time, not just these humanitarian pauses for this significant polio vaccination campaign.
Louise Wateridge from UNRWA, thank you very much. And